Okay, so if you are using oil, go ahead and take the lid off of that. If you already have it on your hand, that's cool. Otherwise, if you also want to listen to the playlist, you should push play in 3, 2, 1, play. So one of the things that I've been present to the last little bit is how much happens all the time, every day. And also how much stays the same. And if you've got the oil, go ahead and make a straight spine. Take a full deep inhale through the nose. Eyes can be open or closed. Out through the mouth. If you're aware of any particular tension that you might be holding in your mind or your body, go ahead and intensify that with the inhale and release it purposefully on the exhale. 2 more. And you can be sighing or tensing or simply allowing yourself to come into a balanced breath at this point. Listen to you. When you feel ready to, let the palms come to rest on the knees. And they can be face down if nurturing is what seems to be what will serve you today. Face up, receiving, or one and the other for balance. Begin to lengthen and broaden the inhale and exhale. For the lower lungs, then mid, then upper lungs. Pause. Reverse that flow. If the eyes haven't closed yet and it feels okay to do so, let them close. Lift up through the crown of the head. Bring the chin parallel to the earth and shift the weight back on the hips until you find that balance point. Feel the weight of the body, bones and the muscles. Take your awareness to the senses. And do your best to kind of reach out for all of the subtle nuances of right now. Lengthening and shaping the breath now a little more directly. In for the count of 4. Consider pausing for 2. Out for 4. Pause for 2. Continue in that way. Become aware of the room that you're in, even though the eyes are closed. Notice yourself in relation to it, the things in it. Even this digital room that we're in together. Aware that there are others doing this practice with us in physically different spaces. And yet we're all entrained and in tune to the same energy. Notice the mind. Consider increasing the pause at the top of the breath and the bottom to 3 or 4 now. Notice what the mind is making this moment mean. Information. That's it. No judgment. No expectation. 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, feel yourself more connected to the God of your own understanding, to your purpose, to your truth, to your heart beyond the linear, sort of ego-driven to-do lists of each day. In that space, inhale, hands towards the sky. Maybe lift the heart even though the eyes are closed. Exhale, draw all the energy down towards heart center. Set an intention for your practice, whatever that might be. Not a goal, not a destination, a method of travel. And I offer for us, we might find ourselves willing and able to communicate externally what is inside of us with gratitude and with grace in a way that nurtures and sustains us and the world around us. Attune to the sound of the universe now as we start with one chant of Om. Inhale. Hands to the knees, eyes can open or stay closed. Begin to make circles with the chest. As you breathe in, chest moves forward. As you breathe out, behind. And you can switch from side to side or take a couple more on the original before switching and evening yourself out. Just opening into the hips here and the shoulders. Two more breaths. And then come onto the hands and the knees, please. And take a couple of circles with the hips here. Pay special attention to coming into the hands and the fingers. So reach through the arms, let the elbows stay relatively straight, and send the weight into the fingers and the parts of the palms where the fingers connect. And situate the movements laterally, so you're in the side of the hips. And then, if it's okay for your wrists, you can turn your hands so that your fingers point towards your knees. And these are probably much smaller circles. For me, they are at least. But a couple more circles there. And maybe just sway from side to side. Shoulders away from ears. Hands back to normal. Come to neutral spine. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, cat-cow. If you've lost the thread of that breath, come back to it now. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Pause. One more like that. Perfect. Back to a neutral spine. Reach the right hand up in front and the left leg up behind you. Look just ahead of where your eyes would naturally fall. Reach the fingertips and the toes. Drop the left hip down. Take one more full inhale. And as you exhale, take the left foot outside of the right heel. Right hand down. You can come onto the fingertips, that might feel good. It does for me today. And look towards the right heel. Reach to the right foot and breathe into the left foot. And breathe into the whole left side of the body. One more. Back to neutral. One cat-cow. Neutral. Opposite side. Left hand up, right leg. Active through the fingers and the toes. Belly towards spine. Everything's moving in towards the center. Inhale deeply. With the exhale, right foot outside left. Left hand down. Fingertips if you want them, or tented hands. Breathe deeply into the whole right side of the body. So you're getting in between the ribs, the intercostal muscles, that soft space between the ribs and the hips. Last one. Come back to neutral. Last cat-cow. This time, tuck the toes, send the hips back, hips to the sky. Knees bend one and then the other. Move with the breath. And maybe even have a little bit of a rock or a swivel in the hips. A couple more breaths. And then come to stillness. Press the palms into the earth. Reach the shoulders away from the ears. Heels down. Knees can be slightly bent, particularly if the hamstrings are feeling a little some kind of way. Feet a little bit wider will also help to relieve some of that tension. Tip toes as you breathe in. Hips high, high, high. Heart towards the thighs. Heels down. Exhale. 2 more. Release the hold, but stay with that balanced breath. In for 4-ish, out for 4-ish. Listen to your body. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, down dog. 2 more like that. Look towards the top of the mat as you inhale. Step the feet there with the exhale. Make the feet wider than the hips this first time around, and bend the knees enough so that the belly can rest. Let the head hang heavy. Maybe you've heard that saying, I really don't remember who said it right now. But basically, it says we suffer because we're here and we want to be there, wherever there is. 1 more breath. And toe heel feet to hips width distance or big toes touching. If you choose big toes touching, the outside edges, the pinky toe side of the feet is parallel to the long side of the mat. So there's a little space between the heels. Make a flat back, breathe in. Shoulders away from ears. Hands toward the sky. Go back if it feels good. Exhale. Hands to heart center. Lift the toes. Perfect. And shift the weight back and forth, front to back, until you can feel yourself stabilizing in the center of the body. When you feel that, spread the toes apart, relax them down onto the earth. Feel energy reaching up the body and in towards the center, so the muscles wrap around the bones. All of your awareness, internal, centered, balanced. Hands can be alongside the body or at the heart. Come back to your intention, please. Feel the feelings associated with it in your body. Name them. Observe them. Take the hands up, breathe in. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left foot back. Right knee bends. Inhale, hands rise. You can be down on the back knee if you wish. Exhale, hands to the earth. Straighten both feet, parallel them. Wide leg forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left foot toward the back of the mat. Come onto the ball of the right foot. Hands reach up, inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth. Left leg back. Lower down, halfway or all the way. Lift the heart up, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. In through the nose. Out, 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 out. One more. Look towards the top of the mat. Exhale, right foot forward. Either drop to the left knee or stand the ball of the left foot. Reach the hands to the sky. Consider interlacing the fingers and rolling them up. Exhale, hands to the earth. Straighten the right leg. Parallel the toes. Flat back, breathe in. Fold forward, breathe out. Flat back, breathe in. Turn left toes. Come onto the ball, the right foot, breathe out. Hands reach, breathe in. To the earth, breathe out. Left leg back and lower. Lift the heart, inhale. Downward facing dog, energy draws up towards the spine. Exhale. 3 more breaths. Great job. Heels reach toward the earth. Heart towards thighs, hips high. Look towards the top of the mat with your inhale. Find your way there with the exhale. Bend knees. Inhale, hands to the sky. Belly in, ribs relaxed. Gaze soft, jaw soft. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Keep the knees bent. Inhale, hands reach. Exhale, hips sink. Inhale, rise, reach, go back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, knees bend. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, knees stay bent. Reach arms and heart forward. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hips sink down a little bit more. Inhale, rise, go back. Exhale, fold. One more just like that. Flat back, breathe in. Knees bend, breathe out. Hands reach, breathe in. Hips down, breathe out. Inhale, rise, go back. Exhale, hands at heart center, heart and belly, or alongside the body. Perfect. And so here's the thing. Even if we are in a place where it feels like life is really great, things are going wonderfully, everything's mostly just exactly as we would dream for it to be. Because we are human, there's still room to find more balance, to find more space, more freedom, more expression. Where that space lies is in the distance between what we believe to be true and what is true. In yoga, one of the ways to think about this is Kleshas. These are the 5 poisons, the causes of suffering. The first one of those is thinking things that are true are not true. Thinking things that are finite or infinite. Mistaking pleasure for pain, pain for pleasure. To begin to notice the things that you are ignorant about. Mistakes in our fundamental understanding. Not because of any need to judge, but to find freedom. Take the hands towards the sky, backs of the palms towards one another. Look up. And as you exhale, you're going to start to come forward, bend the elbows, bring the hands in towards the body, and then palms face down, fold. And then reverse that. Inhale, like you're reaching up. Draw it in towards the heart, and up and back. We'll take a few more rounds of this. And the invitation as you flow through with your breath and with this movement is to call in the energy, willingness to be where you are, when you are, and how you are. Honestly. Truthfully, the illusion might fall away. 2 more. Shoulders away from ears. Last time. Draw it in toward the heart, reach up. Rotate wrists towards one another. Fold. Flat back, breathe in. Step the left leg back. Come down onto the left knee. Keep the ball of the left foot, or the toes, tucked under, please. You may wish to bring the hands to the knee. It also might feel good for you to take them up towards the sky. You might even want to interlace the thumbs. The important part here is that the pelvic floor pulls up, the lower belly pulls in and up, and ribs relax. And it's not a back bend, it's a heart rising. So lengthen all the way from your back foot, up through the tailbone, through the small of the back, the heart reaches up, and then the head will fall back. Stay strong through both legs. 2 more. And if you think that there is an opportunity for you to express yourself more fully in your life, take a full deep breath in, and as you exhale, stick your tongue out, make a sound. Inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale, hands to the earth. Straighten the right leg any amount. So you might just be right here, and that feels awesome for you and plenty, right? If you have blocks or books nearby, you can hold them to the side of you. You can untuck your back foot at this point if you wish as well. Press down through the right heel. Even up high is good. Pull the front foot toward the back of the mat. Lift the heart. We'll take 2 more breaths right here. Last one. Okay, stay with me here. This is a fun transition. If you're using blocks, you can bring them both inside of your right leg. Turn your left shin so that it's parallel to the back edge of your mat. Left hand rotates under left shoulder. Right hand towards the sky. Perfect. And stay right there, or exhale, sweep your hand down. Keep active through the right foot. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, hips down. 3 more times like that, please. Perfect. Expand from the front side of your body. And then as you find the hips move down to the earth, really let yourself sink down into the earth. Beautiful. And the last time you come down, stay there. Bring the left sole into the groin. Lengthen the torso. Straighten the right leg. Tall spine for just a moment. Check and see what's going on with the torso. Great job. Now, what I want you to do is keep your body, your torso, on the same line as the leg here. Right? So reach the hand wherever it goes and take the left hand toward the sky. Shoulders want to go up next to ears here. Relax it away. If you want to, you can reach the arm overhead. Take 2 more breaths here. And then we wiggle in this a little bit. And what that looks like is as you exhale, look down and let the left shoulder move toward the earth. And then inhale, reach up, rotate the heart toward the sky. Exhale, look down, lower down. Stay active through the tips of the fingers and toes. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Sweep the left hand down. Let the right hand join it. So you can be up higher or lower. One's not better than the other. I want both sides of the butt to stay on the ground. Lift the heart with the inhale, reach it forward with the exhale. A subtle pulsation is really great here. Maybe you even want to visualize sending your energy down into the earth with the exhale. Up towards the heavens with the inhale. Last one. Perfect. Come back up to neutral. Take the left hand outside of the left hip and just reach up. And then come down. So this is a slightly different positioning as the other one. Resist the temptation to move the front shin to a different position because we're opening a different part of the hip here. So stay active through the back foot or the right foot. 2 more. Last one. Perfect. Hands both to the earth. Rotate yourself around. So some of you are going to find that a block under the hip feels good here. We're not going to stay in this too long. So you can stay up if you want to in a pigeon prep position. I recommend it here because that'll give you a different opening in the front side of the body. Soften the gaze. Last one. Perfect. Find your way out of that. and into a hero pose. So just sit on your heels. Let your spine be tall. Notice any differences between the right and the left side of the body. And so that first cause of suffering, avidya it's called, gives rise to the others. This misunderstanding, this fundamental illusion. The next one is asmita, which is I amness, or ego. It's basically the things we do because we think we're supposed to, because that's who the person that we've decided we are would do. Take a couple more breaths here. Feel gravity. Balance the breath if you've lost that. And then find your way once more into that low lunge. So I needed to move my right leg back. For some of you, it may feel better to move forward on the left foot. Again, you can have the hand, tuck the toes actually. You can have your hand onto the knee, or you can have the hands up, or you can interlace them. Do your best though to not dump down, right? Perfect. Breathe. Last one. And then exhale, hands to the earth. Straighten the left leg. You can come down to the top of the left foot if you want. I'm going to use blocks today, but you can have your hands on the earth. Spine tall. Energy through the back of the left leg. So it's pushing down into the earth through the heel, rooting you. Rising along the back side of the leg. Breathe. Is this sort of attachment to a linear identity? And bear in mind that we have many sort of facets, parts of the prism of our understanding of life. Last breath here. And then you can set the blocks to the side or take them with you. We're making that transition. So right shin parallel. And inhale, reach up. Hello, Mr. Plant. Exhale, hips down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hips down. If you want to, it can feel really good to trace the line that your hand is making. Let that be your visual focus. Great job. 2 more. Last one. And this time as you come down, bring the sole of the right foot in toward the groin. The left leg is strong. Neutral spine for a moment. And then take left hand. And reach toward the foot. Where it is doesn't matter. Listen to your body. Let the shoulders be in line laterally. Inhale. Maybe the right hand comes up. Maybe it comes overhead. Hugging it up like this, not so much. Relax the shoulder away from the ears. Give yourself space to breathe, to communicate. I know in my life I can definitely see how maybe weeks, months, years will pass and start to make those undulations. So as you exhale, look down. And then inhale, reach up. And things around me might change. 4 more. And then sometimes I don't realize that things that can change have stayed the same. Two more. So the thing that I did, because it was useful 5 years ago, last one. It's not useful today. Perfect. Come back, and you can either sweep the hands forward or you can come up and then move forward right down the center. Maybe it feels good to undulate a little bit here as well. Have you ever noticed those things? Maybe at some point it's like, oh, I don't need to do that anymore. Last breath. Come back up to neutral. Right hand behind or beside the right hip. Keep the right shin where it is as much as you can. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower down. 4 times more. Inhale, reach up. I think this is the last one. And if you're over there thinking, I didn't count right, then make yourself even. And then this time, roll, just sort of roll yourself toward the back side of the mat. And again, blocks are great here, but we're not staying very long. We'll come back to it, I promise. Allow this one to be for opening the hip flexor. One more breath. Perfect. Come on out of it. Come to center. Stretch the legs out. Feet towards the sky. Straight spine. Hands behind you for a moment. Lift the hips up and then put them back down. Super grounded. Right here can be sufficient. You might even want to bend your knees a little bit if your hamstrings are kind of like, I'm not sure about that. You can also move them toward one another. That will help. So stay here if this is sufficient for you, sensation-wise. You can also walk the hands forward, heart reach forward. If the feet start to rotate in, stop. Only go down as far as you can while maintaining energy through the legs. Alignment, heart reaching forward. Promise you there will never be anybody handing out prizes or cookies when you get your face to the earth. It really, truly doesn't matter. Find sensation. Breathe there. Maybe even close the eyes. Last one. Beautiful. Find your way into hero, and then drop your right hips down outside of your feet. So you're like this. Take the left hand, reach it out. Right hand reaches up. Maybe the elbow bends. Maybe it comes down, right? And I really want you to focus your breath as if you could use each of the cells to breathe alongside the hip, up the side body. You might even find that it feels good to bring your hand behind you, like so. And just let it sort of hang there. Last breath. Perfect. Inhale out of it. Come to neutral. Sit there for just a moment. Just feel the difference. So one of the reasons why I like very much to come back to a neutral position is kind of what I was just saying. It can be really easy to just keep going, and never really notice that something significant has changed. So taking a moment to just be still and notice, it's one of those teeny tiny hinges that swings big gigantic doors. Take the hips down on the other side. You don't have to be too precious about it. Just get the left hip down. Right hand on the earth. Left hand reaches up. And again, you can be really active through the fingertips, or maybe for you today it feels better to just kind of let your hand hang. The most important thing is to breathe into the whole left side of the body. Take one more. Inhale, come up through center. Neutral, 2 breaths. Maybe 3 or 4. Maybe you let the eyes close. Give yourself one more moment to reflect on your sort of I amness. Where are you attached to who you are, to what you are? Doesn't have to be a bad thing. Doesn't have to be a negative attachment. Giant air quotes negative. Just where you attached. And then find your way back into downward facing dog. Notice how it feels compared to the last downward facing dog we were in. Maybe you feel some more space in the side body. Deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, feel the energy moving through your palms and your fingertips all the way up the arms, up the spine. Exhale, send that energy down the hamstrings into the earth. One more time. Maybe with a sigh. Take the right leg up, breathe in. Stretch as far as you can. Bend the right knee. Roll the hip open. Reach the left heel towards the earth. Look under the left armpit. Make circles with the right foot. And you can stay right there, or if you wish to, you can flip into a wild thing. I have the wall interfering with me today. On your next breath, find your way back. Hips neutral. Exhale, down to the earth. Right foot meets the left. Inhale deeply. Exhale, energy down through the heels. Pick the left foot up and reach it up towards the sky. Inhale. Bend open. Exhale. Circles. Look under the right armpit. Right heel down. Inhale, reach up. Square the hips. Exhale. Foot down. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Look towards the top of the mat with your inhale. Find your way to the top of the mat with the exhale. Interlace hands behind the back. Knees bend as much as you need them to. Maybe the pointer fingers extend. Chin towards the chest. Last breath here. Bend the knees. Consider maintaining that bind as you inhale, heart towards the sky. A modified chair. Shoulder blades down. One more deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, kick the right leg behind you. If you need to release the bind at any point, do that. Full deep breath in. Stay here, breathe out. Maybe, just maybe, you want to bend the right knee and reach for the right foot with both hands. And reach up. Maybe stay in that, I'm going to fall over, which will be great because then I'll learn where the edge is. Last breath. Exhale, release the foot, hands to the earth, right leg up. Reach really high, as high as feels good to you. And then as you exhale, bring the right foot behind the left. So your feet are crisscrossed like that. And just breathe. You may wish to walk the hands toward the left side. Last one. And then gently, slowly come back to center. Uncross the feet. Bend the knees slightly. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center, or maybe heart and belly, maybe alongside the body. Just catch your breath, feel your body. Stepping out of the boxes that we build for ourselves or that we've stepped into at the invitation of others is an act of love and gratitude for the life that we've been given. The third of the 5 is raga, or attraction. It's this reaching for things that give us pleasure, without the realization that that reaching and clinging destroys the pleasure and the object of the pleasure. Doesn't give it room to breathe, to exist. When we have it, we're afraid already of when it's going to leave. Bring the hands behind the body, please. Consider crossing the fingers the opposite way, the way that feels really ridiculous. And reach the arms down. Take a full deep breath in. Exhale. You can bend the knees a little bit, particularly if your hamstrings are giving you a little bit of hallies. Fold forward. And breathe. Take a couple more. And then inhale, flat back, knees bend, modified chair pose. Maintain the bind if it feels okay. And then pick up the left knee and reach it behind you, warrior 3. Heart reaching forward. If you want to try it out, you can bend the left knee and hold on to the foot with both hands. Resist against the hands. Take a couple more breaths. Strong through the right leg. And then release the hands from the feet. Take them to the earth. Reach the left leg up. And with an exhale, square the hips. Bring the left foot behind the right. So again, your feet are crisscross. And breathe. Adjust as needed. The distance between the feet. And if you want to, you can walk the hands toward the right. And then I'll get deeper into the left hip. Take one more breath there, please. And then gently and slowly unwind, uncross the feet. Bend the knees, inhale, hands toward the sky. Exhale, rise to standing. Whew. Shake it out. This might be one of my favorite ones, the shake it out asana. Awesome. Hokey pokey, anyone? Shake your right leg in. Shake your left leg out. Right arm in. Left arm. Perfect. Awesome. Come back to the top of your mat, please. Reach up. Come up onto the tiptoes. Make the whole body strong. Stretch, stretch, stretch the whole front side of the body. And then heels down first. Exhale, fold. Flat back, breathe in. Left leg steps back. Make it really far back. Stay on the ball of the left foot for a moment here, please. And then bring the right hand inside of the right foot. If you can stay strong to the back leg for just a moment more, do that. And then whenever you feel ready to do so, bring the left knee down, but keep the leg long. Keep the right knee hugging in toward the right shoulder and the heart forward. You can, at whatever point you feel ready to, bring the top of the left foot down towards the earth. Right hip back. Now look down. Turn the right toes towards 2 o'clock. And if you wish to, you can roll onto the pinky toe side of the right foot. Attraction works hand in hand with repulsion, which is the 4th of the 5 Kleshas. The things that bring us further from our heart, from the joy that we have available to us in experiencing being alive. Stay right here if you wish to. You can come onto the forearms. Or, alternately, you can turn and take the right hand inside of the right knee and rotate the heart up towards the sky. Be mindful that you're not dumping into the shoulders. So strong, shoulders away from ears. And if you want to, you can bend the left knee and reach for the left foot with the right hand. Resist. And breathe. And so, while attraction is that clinging, seeking, reaching, one more breath. And if you're holding onto the foot, let it go. Rotate the hand back towards the front. Come out of the front knee enough to toe heel it in front of you. The front shin can be anywhere from parallel to the front of the mat or heel toward the left hip, the right heel toward the left hip. If your right hip doesn't come down to the earth, use a block to support you, or 2 or 3, right? Those of you who are forward facing, or who are feeling comfortable here, walk the hands toward the hips. Draw the legs toward one another, and if the fingertips come up off the earth, take the hands toward the sky as you breathe in deeply. And with an exhale, hips down to the earth. And allow yourself to fold forward any amount. If you are in this and your body is like not wanting it right now, you can just come out of it That's a completely acceptable choice. You can also come onto your back. And if you want to do that, you'll come onto your back, cross the right ankle just below and beyond the left knee. And maybe reach both hands for the left hamstring. Let the shoulders be flat on the earth. Either way, breathe gently, fully and completely. And the very last of those kleshas, the causes of suffering, is the will to live or the fear of death. And this one is said to never leave us until just moments before we actually pass. And it's the thing that holds us back for fear our life will end prematurely, or pushes us forward for fear that we'll waste time. And so perhaps you can see how all of these play out and express themselves in your life, in the past, and in the present. And perhaps you can sense how the expression of any of these impedes the flow of creative and loving energy, because it sets parameters, expectations, which are the root of disappointments, and says that I must be always a particular way. Or that I must not be. And what I'm suggesting to you, take 5 more breaths, please, is that you are allowed to be who you are and you're allowed to change who you are. And that there's value in freedom, and attuning yourself to a true awareness of what your life is like at any given moment. With your inhale, start to help yourself out of the asana, whatever you've chosen. If you're on your back, come onto your side. If you're forward facing, come up and stretch your legs out in front of you. Those of you who are on your back, meet us with legs stretched out in front. Push heels down in toward the earth. Draw them toward the back of the mat and the hips. Hands on the earth. Staff pose. You can stay right here. Or you can reach the heart forward. What I'm suggesting is that it impedes the flow of life. Two more breaths, please. And go ahead and come out of that on an inhale and find your way into downward facing dog. Get there however you want. So you can take the whole vinyasa or do something different. Take a couple more breaths. Last one. And look towards the top of the mat with the inhale. Step the left foot between the hands first. Reach the heart forward. Reach energy through the right heel. And come onto your fingertips if you want to. I find that gives me more length in the chest and that feels good. And now as you're ready to bring the left hand inside of the left foot and toe heel it out a little bit so that your wrists can be under the shoulders. Keep reaching through the right heel. Find length in the heart and the spine. And when you feel ready to, bring the right knee down toward the earth. Keep reaching the heart forward. And when you feel ready to, take the top of the right foot towards the earth. Keep hugging the left knee in toward the body, left hip down. And then turn the left toes towards 10 o'clock. Consider coming onto the pinky toe side. Hips drop down a little bit more. You can stay right there, or you can come down to elbows. One's not better than the other. If you want to, reach down into the earth, mindful that you're not dumping into the shoulders. Rotate the torso, take the hand to the inside of the left knee. And maybe, just maybe, you want to bend the right knee and hold on to the right foot with the left hand. Resist the opening here. A couple more breaths there. And then on an exhale, right shin back towards the earth. Bring yourself back to neutral if you've chosen that. Toe heel the left foot in front. Pigeon prep. Block under the left hip if you wish, or blanket. Maybe you walk the hands to the hips. Draw the legs together. Maybe the fingertips come up. If they do, reach them towards the sky. Breathe in. And then on an exhale, hips down. Then hands. Stop where you feel ready. If you want to take this on your back, and again, you'll just help yourself onto the back. And this time the left ankle will cross just below and beyond the right knee. Maybe both hands will reach for the right hamstring. Shoulders stay flat on the earth. Breathe deeply. Allow the breath to be soft and full. Part of what gives every moment its sweetness is that it's completely finite. And everything that we experience through the lens of everything that we've experienced previously. Everything gets filtered through what it is we think we know. And so we can file it easily, and name it, and decide if it's good or bad, if it should keep happening or stop immediately, if it fits in with who I am or who I'm not. What I offer for your consideration is that while those things are interesting and useful, and they're great fun from the perspective of the universe, they are simply weather. And we are not the weather. I'm not, you're not. We're the sky, we're the cosmos, we're the entire galaxy experiencing life as a human. And when we forget that, we suffer. When we remember that, we can embrace fully every single moment. Take a few more breaths here. We can be angry and happy and frustrated and sad, laugh and cry. And then we can come back to center. We can root down, we can ground, we can balance. Last breath, because we know that these are all things we're experiencing. They are not who we are. And we have the gift of consciously experiencing these things for just a moment. Help yourself out of it in the way that serves you best. We'll meet, the feet stretched out, spine tall. As you feel ready to, fold forward any amount. And so come back to your intention, please. And see if you can experience your intention from the perspective of awareness. These barriers, these kleshas, come up on an inhale. Take the hands underneath, just the very edge of the butt by the sit bones. Come onto the elbows. Reach the heart out. Fish pose. You may find that it feels good to interlace the fingers behind you. Only do that if you can keep the shoulders away from the ears. You may also find that it feels good to allow out a bolster or some blocks here. We'll stay here for about 6 more breaths. For these last 3 breaths, I invite you to open the mouth and stick the tongue out as you exhale. Maybe you even make a sound, a sigh. Last one. Slowly help yourself out of the shape. Bring your back down onto the earth. Bend the knees. Hands can be wherever you wish for them to be in this moment. And let the knees fall from side to side, eyes closed. The last thing I'll drop into this sort of pool of inquiry and awareness around this is that as it relates to that last cause of suffering, come back to center, shift your hips a couple of inches to the right, please. Stretch the left leg out. Bring the right knee towards the chest. And as you exhale, cross the right knee to the left side of the body. And some of you are going to feel really good right away. Others might find it useful to come in and out several times. So listen to your body and do the thing that serves you. Either immediately or on that third time. Shoulders stay connected to the earth. Palms face down can help that. Right hip away from right shoulder. Maybe you look toward the right hand. Left hand can come onto the thigh. And just breathe. So perhaps you recall the first one being ignorance, the thinking things that are infinite are finite, and vice versa was one of those examples. And the last is the fear of death. I invite you to consider that one of the primary misunderstandings is that we want to live forever, but we don't know how. And I offer for your consideration that the way we do that is through the way we show up in the world. It's through our relationships. And what we sort of give. Expressing from our heart what the intention, the dharma, or the purpose of our life is. And we can do that a bunch of different ways. Maybe it's through children, through art, through books, construction, right? Through food. There's not a wrong way. Take 2 more breaths there. I'm not a fan of calling anything wrong because I think everything's necessary. But if I were to invite a particular action, go ahead and come all the way out of it when you're ready. Neutralize the hips, maybe let them fall from side to side a time or 2. Before then shifting a couple of inches to the left, stretch the right leg out. Left knee in towards the chest. And with an exhale, take it across the right side of the body. Again, you might find it useful to come in and out a few times. But eventually, find yourself with the left knee crossing over the right side of the body, both shoulder blades laying down on the earth. Maybe the right hand on the left thigh. I know that we are here together, sharing this moment to a great extent because of what people who are no longer physically present on the body or on the earth said and did. Or didn't do. And that is not unique to this moment. And so each of us will live on. But the way we can live now is to realize that. To embrace with gratitude every single breath that we're given. To not take one of them for granted. And to not mistake the weather for the sky. 3 more breaths, please. And slowly and gently bring yourself back into center. Give yourself one last hug. And squeeze. And then stretch out onto the mat. Take up space. Imagine that you can lay your heart down on the earth and trust that it will be held. That you can surrender your breath. And more will arrive. That you can soften your hands with faith that they will be filled when you need them to be. And you can relax your legs and your feet, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be and you will arrive where you are meant to be. Allow your hips and your belly and every part of your brain to rest. If you sense any resistance, create intensity, tighten the muscles with the inhale, and consciously, purposefully release that with the exhale. Shavasana. Deepen the breath gently, lovingly. Awaken from the heart outward. And let the head fall from side to side, eyes stay closed, mind relaxed. Maybe let the head fall a little bit from side to side, or the arms reach up, the legs stretch. Eventually find your way onto the right side of your body. Arms as a pillow, fetal pose. One of the most beautiful, important transitions in the entire practice, from corpse pose to fetal pose. Symbolic rebirth. Do so mindfully and consciously. Allow the illusion, to whatever extent is possible, to fall away. And rise in your intention with a clearer awareness of your thread in the tapestry of existence. An awareness that you can weave it in the way that you choose. Like a vine reaching for the sunshine, wraps around the fences and leaves and branches. Spine tall. A couple of breaths, just feel the body, balance and shape the breath once more. And bring the peace fingers toward the third eye. Block the left nostril gently, inhale through the right. On the natural pause, block the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. On the natural pause, switch, breathe out through the right. In through the right. Out through the left. In through the left. Continue in this way. And as you do so, feel the activity in the body balancing. Coming back to center. There's a line in the Bhagavad Gita, which is a beautiful story, if you haven't read it. And it says, the wise one, untouched by flattery or insult, resides in the glory of his true nature. Reside in the glory of your true nature. Be exactly who you are. Understanding that that changes. And just like you can never step a foot into the same river twice, they say. The river of existence is flowing through you and me and everything else the same way. Attune to awareness that you are the flow, not the riverbed, not the weather, yes? When you're ready to, 1 or 2 more rounds, breathe out through the right. Allow the hand to come to rest on the body. And just sense that subtle pulsation of life moving through you, prana. Sense the vibration. Attune it to the beat of the heart. Bring hands to heart center. Renew your intention, or set a new one if you feel called to do so. May we accept each moment of this life with grace and with gratitude. May we seek to know the truth and honor it, and speak the truth with love and kindness. One Om. Inhale. And the light and the shadows and all of the nuance in between, the entire universe, all of existence that is me, recognizes, honors, and bows with the deepest of gratitude and humility to the fullness of existence that is you. We are one. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. Love you.